Yo, welcome back to Urban Street 420. I'm your host 40. So today we're making brown butter bread. What? Maybe that doesn't sound very enticing, but this is one indulgent snack. While you're eating it, you feel like you're sinning, you're doing something a little bit dirty. I don't know. Come on over here, let's get started, baby. All right, so we're closer. This is a pretty simple recipe, huh? All you need is butter, coarse salt, bread, and honey. You could go with infused butter or infused honey. It's up to you. What we're going to do is brown the butter. The heat is never going to get so high that we degrade the THC. In fact, you want to set this on low, right? Medium, low, or low. If you leave your butter out for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, it's gonna be pretty soft. Watch this. I mean, probably could be left out a little bit longer. I think it's been out for like 15 minutes, but this is quite soft, huh? So we're gonna put this in our pan. It's on low right now, and we are gonna let it do its thing. As the butter is melting, I'm gonna stop talking, and you just wanna keep moving this. Once the butter gets melted, you wanna keep moving it. So as this is going, I'm gonna cut up some bread. I have two different kinds of bread here, huh? I have one that's a very soft bread, right? This is a very soft bread. And then I have a rustic bread that has like a hard outside, harder shell. We're gonna make it with both of these different breads and we will compare. Could you make this with larger loaves? Of course you could. It doesn't have to be these baguette style loaves. It can be. You wanna make sure it fits in your pan. How much butter should you use? I didn't say anything about that. I used what was left, which will probably make 4 pieces of this. You'll get a feel for as you go, but those 4 pieces was probably, I don't know, less than 100 grams. If you end up using more, what will happen is you'll have extra brown butter. Inside the pan here, we're starting to see some colors changing. I'm gonna lift this up so you can see, I don't know how well it's gonna be when it gets a little bit darker, right? And again, if you keep stirring, you're not gonna burn it. So if it's going too much, turn it down. And we can look in here, it looks beautiful. The butter is now almost fully browned. Let's go ahead and take our pieces of bread and we're just gonna put them on the sides, right? And you're gonna hear them sizzle a little bit, right? Not a lot, just a little. And I'm gonna do each side and then I'm gonna flip them to the other side. And then I'll do the tops and bottoms. This part is relatively quick. It's not very long, you know, maybe 20, 30 seconds per side. What we're just trying to do is get the butter to kind of soak into the bread just a little bit. We're not trying to give it a really hard crust or anything like that. All right, now we'll put them on the bottom, and now we're flipping to the top, and that's it, really, huh? Let's take our plate right here. We're gonna open up our honey. Again, you can use infused or not, your call. The reality is using infused honey over infused butter would be a better idea here. However, we're not using that much honey. Is this gonna get you super stoned? Probably not, right? Because the reality is we're not gonna use that much honey unless your honey is super strong. This is just a nice addition to other things that you're eating and a little nice bite. If your honey is super strong, you could of course get high. Of course, if you eat a large piece. This is not diet friendly. Butter is not diet friendly. We're gonna take these puppies off. Woo! And we're gonna make sure that we touch it with our fingers so we burn ourselves just, You'll notice that we got a little bit of color on the top and that's what I wanted, only because the other sides we didn't do as much. We're gonna take our spoon here to spoon on our honey, right? And again, how much? It's up to you, but I'm just drizzling a little bit on the top. So maybe that was a little bit like a 1 teaspoon for 2 of these, right? Now, could you use more? Sure, but it will throw the flavor off. Now, you could use regular salt if you want, but it tastes better and it looks better with coarse salt. This is coarse sea salt. Super easy, right? Here we go, we've got the bread. We have the softer bread, we have the harder bread. Which one should we try first? Let's go for the softer one first. All right. I mean, I feel like I did something bad, right? It's very indulgent, right? It's almost sinful. The taste, it's of course the honey, the coarse sea salt, the brown butter. The way it works together is ridiculous, huh? This is super tasty. You could easily eat way too much of this. This is so easy to make. I mean, you have no excuse not to try it. However, be careful, huh? if you're high, you could put a lot of these away, and I'm sure the calorie count on this is no joke. But just a little bit, or as a treat, like a little piece. Let's try the hard one, huh? I mean, amazing. I super recommend you try this. It's tasty. Which bread should you use? That's a good question, huh? They both have their strengths, they both have their weaknesses. The soft bread, it's not that it's delicate, but it has something about it that's delicate. The way that the bread almost, it's got a little crispness because we left it on the pan for a bit, but the way it just melts, it's something else, huh? The hard bread, by having the crunch, you have another facet to this beautiful gem, right? Because for sure this is a gem. I recommend you guys try this. If you do, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you like it with a more rustic bread, a harder bread, or do you like it with a softer bread? I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Till next time, woo! I'm out.